be quiet. It's recording time. All right, I went to jail. Yeah, I did that. I was going to make a video before I went there titled 3 years and 2 days, because that's exactly, I'm not going to jail for 3 years. I went to jail for 2 days. But I was going to make a video, but I didn't do that. And I was tell you, don't drink and drive. It's bad. It's horrible, which you shouldn't do. I'm going to do that eventually when I get I need to get my stuff settled. I literally just got out of jail not even like 30 minutes ago. Okay, am I even allowed to talk about this? I don't care. It's my YouTube channel. It was my jail sentence. I can do whatever the fuck I want. Yeah, I went to jail. That's not why I haven't been uploading. I just don't upload because I'm fucking lazy. It has nothing to do with my criminal behavior. That I'm a fucking badass. You see the teardrop in my book? There's not one there because I didn't kill anybody. But like, you know, I'm not criminal ever. I got a DUI. I'm an idiot. I'm stupid. It's my fault. Don't ever drink and drive. It's worthless thing to do. It's stupid. It's dumb. I know why I did it. And the first is, this is my second DUI. This isn't my first one. This is my second one. So, you know, that's why I went to jail. You know, I didn't say anything about the first one. I mentioned it probably here and there and everything. But, you know, I'm not going to do my rambling long explanation because I'm here for one thing only. My mind's on track. I haven't smoked weed in a long time. It's medical, okay? It's medical marijuana. I haven't smoked in a very long time. And my brain is kind of clear because I've just, like, been sitting in a room for 48 hours. And I read 2 books. So my brain's pretty up to fly right now. It's pretty good. I did hit the pen when I got out. Obviously, that was the thing I was going to do. There was no definite. I hid it underneath a pack of ketchup packets so the dog couldn't sniff. I didn't know the dog could sniff dabs. I don't know. I'll get into all that. I went to jail. I was sentenced to 2 days jail. They suspended the other 58. I was facing 60 days. I only got 2 days because apparently the judge said I'm a salesman. You know, he said I wasn't blowing smoke at his ass. You believe me? But I did. I went to court and I said, look, judge, I fucking feel like shit. I go through the victim impact panel and the Haven House things. I hear their stories. I listen to the tales they're telling me and all the things. And I realized how selfish I was. How I literally do. I could have hurt somebody that night. I really did. I didn't really think about it because you don't, when you're doing that kind of stuff, you don't really think about other people, even though like my whole life. Did someone say some shit to me? Yeah, did you say some shit to me? Did you scream? I don't know. I'm hearing shit. I would have been cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I'm not gonna lie to you. But people go there like their whole life. Like I was like me. I always boast myself like, oh, I care about humanity. I care about the world. Like, I want to help everybody. And I do. I really do. But when it got to the whole drinking thing, that sort of goes out the window because you're just like, oh, it's just me. I'm drunk. I'm sad. Whatever. You know, bullshit. Sad stands for some annoying drunk. All right, seriously. You don't really think about other people, and I really didn't. And then when I went through stuff again, and I was older this time, I actually listened instead of just hearing what they were saying to me. You know, last time I heard, but I didn't listen. And now I'm sitting there listening to it. I'm like, you know, I feel like shit. I generally do feel like shit. I'm a shitty ass person. I'm a shitty human being. I fucking suck. Honestly, I do. I have a lot to make up for. I feel like a shitty person. I could have hurt somebody that night, and it could have gone drastically worse. And everything could. I could have been. Like I said, everything that happened could have been way worse than it was. Luckily, I got out of it, and luckily, I had people behind me that helped me out, and luckily, I had a good lawyer and everything. I did everything I needed to do, and it was all good. It was fine and dandy. That is not the issue. The issue was I was drunk and drove, and I'm an idiot. Don't do that. It's stupid. It's dumb. It's like the worst decision you could do. And again, that's me saying after I've already done it, so it doesn't have any merit to it, I guess. But just trust me, bro. It's not worth it. Even if it's just not worth it because you could hurt somebody, it's just not worth it for like the shit you gotta go through when you get caught. And you probably eventually will get caught, because like, you get lucky till you don't. That's the saying I kept saying to myself. You keep getting lucky till you don't. And that's not you me being like, okay, there's an excuse. Use your luck. Go willy-nilly. You might not get caught till you're 40. But eventually, I'm telling you, you will get caught. One motherfucking cop. You may have gotten some close calls and everything like that, but there will be one officer that will be an asshole, and he will smell on your breath. He'll make you walk out that car, and he'll make you do stuff, and he will fail you. Because he can do that. He can honestly just say that you failed. And it doesn't even matter. He can just be like, oh, this guy's clearly trying to take you in and do whatever. And you'll have to go through a bunch of shit. Maybe you'll be easy. I don't know. But you will eventually get caught. I'm telling you right now. You will. They will get your ass. Because drunks always fuck up. If that's one thing, for coming from a drunk, you always fuck up. You never not do that. That's not something we do. But I've been going to AA. I've been doing a lot of stuff. And I've been helping myself out, and but I told myself this is about. So I'm not, you know, I'm just rambling now. Like I said, I'm not gonna do. But yeah, I went to jail. It was not like a shitty experience. I gotta say, honestly. I'm assuming this everybody wants me to say, and it wants me to tell you that it's bad and you shouldn't go there, and it sucks, and that like it's horrible and it's just sad and depressing and everything. It is, but like, There's also like a little bit of light to it. Like if you like look on the, if you're like me, you look on the positive everything, and then shit like that. Because I don't know. I guess people expect me to be like, oh, it's just so trash. I feel so bad. I never want to do it. I never want to do it again. 100%. I never want to be in there again. I never want to suffer and be in that room, in that fucking cot with that fucking weird mat that they give you in gym class to do fucking somersaults on or some bullshit with a whack ass blanket underneath a fucking cold ass vent, looking out the window hoping to see the fucking sun go down. I never want to do this shit again. It fucking sucks. It really does. But when I was in there were people in there. They were funny. Like I was in a room full of people, and the other people kept coming in and out. So you get to meet new people, get to hear their stories, and yeah, some of them are just plain old criminals. Some of them are just people who fucking are just there. They go through the system all the time. They're used to it. There were so many people there casually just talking about, oh yeah, I was in this jail before up in Philly, and then they sent me down this jail. This is this whole thing. You know, I was arrested 18 years ago, and they speak casually like adults. Like, well, not like yeah, they were adults. All of them were like in their 20s. The youngest guy that was in there was 18. Most of them, I was 22. Most of the other guys were in their 30s, 40s, and like mid-20s and everything. So, you know, it was a broad range of people. There's a 48-year-old in there, and then there was a fucking 18-year-old. It's broad range. You see people. People kept coming in, and you know, the people that stayed there when I was staying in there for the 2 days, I didn't get close with them. I didn't even know their fucking names. No one asked anybody's name. We just started talking. You know, I fell asleep the one day. They woke me up and handed me my lunch. It was really cool. You know, I was very worried about the whole, you know, oh, you're going to jail, you're going to do whatever. None of that. That didn't happen. None of that. I'm not even going to go into it because it's just stupid to even bring it up and do whatever. None of that shit happened. None of that cliche bullshit happened. You know, there's no sharing the showers. There's no dropping the soap. None of that bullshit. It was just people in a room trying to serve their time, trying to get where they needed to go. You know? And there was one fight that was broke out because some dude smuggled drugs up his butt. But I wasn't even part of that. It woke me up, and I was just sitting there. I was like, "Oh my God, dear God, please don't let me get involved in this shit." But I was in there. I met some people, and then I also, like I said, there were criminals in there. There were actual like not hardened criminals. I don't think I had any like murderers or anything like that. It was just like people with like assault charges, gun charges, fucking drug trafficking and shit. Like just your basic shit. Yeah, your basic. You know, I can say that your basic crime shit. 2 days in, and I'm a fucking hardball, dude. Yeah, your basic stuff like that. It's nothing too major, nothing too criminal or whatever. And then you have your people that are, you know, they also just made a mistake. And they also just fucked up along the ride. They're just there to serve their time, move on, and do whatever. There's one dude, he's just real chill about it. He was really cool. One dude kept talking about food that his girlfriend makes. He said, you gotta try fried chicken and spaghetti. And we all were clowning him. But I'm sitting there and I'm like, wait a minute. That actually sounds good as shit. But then he also said Chick-fil-A was overrated. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? And then he's like, just talking about ghosts. And I'm not even going to get into any of that or do whatever, because if you were expecting me to detail you every little bit about how jail was and what we did and everything, fat load of shit, buddy. Not fucking happening. Okay, honestly, I just realized I never talked about the food, and that's probably what everybody wants to hear about. So I'm gonna talk about it right now. I'm just gonna cut it in between the little edits I did here. So the food, honestly, was actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't even eat most of it. I like tried a bit of everything, but I was fasting because I didn't feel like taking a shit in jail because I didn't know how that would work. The way pissing worked was kind of weird too. I know I complained. I'm gonna complain later on about urinating in this video, but you had to like everyone kept flushing the whole time. The toilet, the water from the sink drained into the toilet. I put my coffee in there and I saw it go in the toilet, and it was just really fucked up, weird. And yeah, it was a public thing. You'd like sit there in the corner while everyone else sat there and watched and everything. Well, they didn't watch you. Everyone kind of knew this. It was. I'm a bit frazzled. I'm so fucking tired. And I just laid down in an actual bed, and I think my body just like succumbed to comfort. Yeah, I'm a bit frazzled, bit drippy, wacky, fuckity wuckity, and everything, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, but the food was great. They serve you breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They serve you breakfast at like 4 in the morning. They serve you lunch at like noon. I ate lunch every time because lunch is just like a bologna sandwich with cheese, and I love those, and they're awesome. Because I was just like fasting, so I only ate like bread, and I would eat like some meat here and there. They brought us like Mexican one time. It was like there was rice and meat. And there was like this really cool, I think it was like cornbread. It was really fucking good. I don't like cornbread usually, but I ate it. All the bread that they made, I only ate, the reason I only ate the bread was I feel like bread is the one thing you can't really like add a bunch of gooey shit to make it like really fucked up. Bread's bread. It's like one thing. It's just wheat. So you can't really fuck it up.
you can't like make it disgusting. So I only really ate the bread because I was like, this is probably gonna be the best thing to eat. And they gave you brownies and stuff too, and like cheese packets, and the sandwiches, the bologna. I gotta say, the bologna was good. It was like top tier bologna, and it was awesome. And the bread was like kind of like not soggy, but like kind of wet. Where like when you held it, your finger, you felt like the fingertip rings in it. So like it was like really soft. Oh, it was so good. I honestly wish I could have more of those sandwiches. I wanted to ask them if I could take one home. I'm not fucking with you. It was good. The coffee they gave you in the morning too. The coffee was oddly really good. I don't know. It's just black coffee. Maybe they put sugar in it, but it doesn't taste like sugar. But it's really sweet black coffee, and it's just, again, it was fucking good. They gave us pancakes. The pancakes were fucking awesome. They gave us syrup with it. I didn't touch any of the other stuff like that. What else did I eat? They gave us chicken one night. The chicken was actually banging. The chicken was so banging, I broke my rule of not eating the main course, and I ate the chicken because the chicken was fucking awesome. It was good. Grits, they gave us grits, and I ate them, a little bit of it. Even though grits are disgusting, again, they made it weirdly sweet, and none of it really upset my stomach or anything else. And honestly, I think it was probably better than most of the fucking bullshit that I saw. Like, I'm looking at my thing right now. All I have is Gushers, Captain Crunch cereal, Ritz crackers, chocolate fudge Pop-Tarts, some Quick Possibles, Cane's chicken, and like Hot Pockets and stuff. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's better than what I had before. But the food was unironically, I'm not fucking with you, the food was kind of gas. The jail food kind of hit. It kind of slapped hard. I'm not fucking with you. But yeah, there you go.
Crack a pot, but tough crack a pot, tough crack. I'm trying to make up some fucking bullshit there, but it just didn't. The dog's got a fucking claw. Dog's got to put in the fuck it. You're not getting it because there's nothing to talk about. There's nothing to do in jail. You don't do anything. It's like you sit there, you talk to people, and you forget the conversations you had. And you probably had the same conversation. I don't know how many times I talked to these people about their charges, and they said the same bullshit over and over again. And I'm pretty sure one dude was just lying the whole time, and that he actually was there when he said he wasn't. But that, again, I'm not going to go into that because that's their personal details. That's whatever. So that was most of it was, and then there's like some little small anecdotes with the guy eating the food and doing whatever that I could talk about. And we talked about religion for a long time, and I got to give him my beliefs on Christianity. That was kind of cool. And we did it in jail. And you know what? It was really funny. No one fought. No one argued. It was actually very civil. It was very civil, contained. Everybody there was very cool and calm and collected. There's no big there was that one fight though. Because the guy had drugs in his butt. The guy wanted the drugs that he had in his butt. And he thought he had more, but he didn't have more. And it was just a fucked up. It was a weird situation, okay? It was just a weird situation. But yeah, no one fought each other. No one was at each other's throats. They were all chill. Everyone treated someone like people with respect. Even the POs, the COs, I don't know what they fucking call them. The officers and everything, they were all nice. They were all good. Honestly, they made the experience not endearing, but they made it like alleviated. They alleviated the wakefulness of it is what I'm trying to say. I guess the people that I was around made it easier to be there, essentially. But I didn't want to be there. No, I didn't want to. But there's nothing to fucking talk about. So instead, I'm gonna use this time now for you people think I'm gonna talk about me being in jail. I just talk about all this bullshit. Talk about what I did personally in jail, which is like this shit. Like I drew a lot on my arm. I don't know exactly that. I'll get to that in a second. I don't exactly know what this is. I drew a watch at one point. Because I was like, yo, how funny it would be if someone asked the time, and I was like, yo, let me check real quick. And I put my watch, but no one ever asked me the time, obviously, because you don't have your phone or anything, so I don't know why I would even do that. I just thought I didn't sleep at night because I don't sleep at night. I work at night and everything, so I don't sleep. So I never slept at night, and people snore. I gotta be honest, I hate people who snore. They make it so I can't fall asleep. It pisses me off. And there was some motherfucker who literally sounded like he needed a sleep apnea machine, but it was like a horse and a cow were being like forced together. It was really fucking weird. It was really annoying. So I stayed up all night and I wrote books and I would go crazy and I would draw on the walls and shit. I put my YouTube link on the fucking prison wall. If anyone's here from Sister County, hi, how you doing? I was there on that top bunk. Oh yeah, I was right underneath the air conditioner, so the window was right there. I kept peeking out the window, but the light was weird. So when it was nighttime, I couldn't tell if it was the daylight coming up or whatever. I kept just being you can't really tell time unless you check the phone. I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to sleep the whole time, but I couldn't even sleep. I think I actually only slept in total, probably over the course of 48 hours. I think I only slept at least 10. I'm gonna be honest, because I just couldn't sleep. And I would sit there and I would just listen to people talk because that's just like what I do. Like I like to watch YouTube videos, and basically the YouTube video was me listening to them talk. And occasionally, this time the YouTube video would speak back to me. They'd be like, "Oh, what do you think?" or whatever. And it was just like it wasn't a cool. I can't say that because like anything. The way I'm gonna describe it is like cool. It was like it was fun for me. And it was fun for me. I made it fun for myself, but I don't want to do it again. Like it was cool. It was fun. It was fine. Whatever. But it was like please don't. I don't want to do this shit again. But yeah, I drew all my fucking arms. So I drew one watch, and then it got kind of fucked up. So then I drew another watch, because I was like, yo, I don't like that one watch. So I drew another watch, and then I drew a stopwatch. You see my stopwatch? Where's my stopwatch at? You see my stopwatch? I drew a stopwatch. Right there. I drew a stopwatch. And then this was going to be, I was working on my logo for my company, my Blue Media company. I was working on my logo for that, because we still don't got one, because I'm a lazy piece of shit. Again, like I said, but, that's what's up. That's there. And then I drew this in my hand. I was trying to make like an Iron Man glove type thing. It just started out with me drawing my knuckles, doing this or whatever. And I was just like, that kind of cool. And then I drew a line down here, and then I drew lines up there, because I remembered my Forky drew in my hand a long time ago, and it looked really cool. And I want to get like the whole hand tattoo. I have a picture of it somewhere. If I find it, I might put it up. But I was trying to like recapture that, but I didn't do it because I'm no artist like she was, and I'm not that creative like she was. But and then I put the BM Blue Media right there in the middle, because I started like drawing all the lines around it. And then I made this little trapezoid eyeball thing in there, because I drew an eyeball in the corner, and I said I see you, and everything. And I was drawing on my jumpsuit. I asked if I could keep the jumpsuit. I really wanted to keep the jumpsuit. I drew all over that thing. I drew like a cross on it. I was writing like little notes and stuff on it. I drew like an eyeball on it. It was really fun. I drew like backwards words and everything. I like CDC, can't control the charge. I like made a new name for the fucking thing. I drew like an inmate number for myself and everything, because they didn't like have it. I thought I was just drawing shit. They had a pen and I was just drawing shit. They gave me a notebook, so I could write my notes down. So I took notes on my hands, because like I said, I read 2 books. So I read 2 books in there, and honestly, one of them was really bad. The other one I didn't get to finish, but I'm going to finish this. The other one was actually kind of cool. We're going to talk about the bad one first. So this one was named Cujo. It was a Stephen King novel. Apparently, there's a movie about it. I think I've seen the movie. It's about a dog who gets rabies, and then the dog kills people. But the book is not about that. The book says it's about a dog who gets sick and kills rabies. But then there's like this Fred Durst guy that was like a murderer 5 years before the dog does his thing. And they keep mentioning him, but he has like nothing to do with the story at all. And this whole thing with like the boy's closet, there's like a supernatural entity in the closet, and like it keeps calling to the boy. And it said his name was Fred. Not Fred Durst. This is a real guy I know. His name is Fred Dredd or whatever. I don't fucking know. But he's like, oh, I am the murderer. That was 5 years. I'm going to kill your parents and you and everything like that. But then and then come to find out, it's not real, but it is real. It's like a metaphor for the dog, but it happened before the dog even got the fucking rabies. So it's like, what the fuck is this even? What the fuck is the point, Steven, of adding this whole weird child trauma bullshit just for the kid to die? The kid dies at the end, by the way, too. Tad. It was very sad. The only part of the book I like was with Tad, Donna, and Vic, that little family. That whole thing. Anything that had to do with them, specifically near the end when they actually do stuff with the dog, where Donna is trapped in a car with her son while a 200-pound what was the fucking greyhound? It wasn't a greyhound. It's the big fucking dogs. The big dog. While that fucking thing is rabid outside, banging its head against the fucking door, trying to get in, breaking the glasses in, and she's struggling to survive in 100-degree weather, while her kid's also in the car, and they have like no food, no water, and there's a rabid dog outside, and there's no one coming, and she's stuck in a car for 48 hours. That part of the book is fucking awesome. You know what's not awesome? Every single time that Stephen King has to describe anything, he uses a weird sexual innuendo. So many times people were pissing, crotches were doing, breasts being explained. Like, bro, how horny are you when you're writing a horror novel? It's horror, not horny. What is wrong with Stephen King? Everything was just so sexual, and it would ruin the pacing of it. Like, there'd be this really cool scene in the car where Donna was like struggling, and she was like looking at the door to the house of the Cambers where she had her car parked out of, and she was like, I need to make it to the door to run inside and get the phone, but the dog is in front of the garage over there, and he's gonna run at me. And she's like, oh, so I have to run real quick. And then she's in her head, she's like, well, what happens if I get attacked and my 4-year-old son is left in the car and he can't defend for himself? And it's all these thoughts in her head, and you hear, like, it's speaking them out in the words in the books. and everything, and you see him, and it's so awesome, and you feel for her, you really do. You feel scared for her because it's a situation that honestly is very realistic. A rabid dog. I should probably have hold this. A rabid dog that's just fucking like about to kill you, and you know it, and you need to fucking like you need to figure out a way out of this, but you can't, and you have like no food, no water, and you're running out of options, and he already attacked you once. I think by this time he already attacked her because she got out of the car, and she bit her leg. I don't know if that was before or after. I don't remember, but still, all of these things, and it's very realistic. He's grounded, and it's awesome, and then it comes. Steven just has to ruin it with going like, and then she took off her shirt and her breasts jiggled as she did. Why? Why is that there? Who needs to know that her breasts are bouncing up and down when she's trying to fucking figure out how to survive for her and her 4-year-old kid with a rabid dog outside? I don't need to know that. I also need to know the constant urine streaming going down their fucking, like, just say they piss themselves. You don't need to fucking describe the urine going down her fucking leg. You fucking fiend. What are you have a piss fetish or something? People, every time someone starts, like a paragraph, he's like, yep. So Gary was there, he got up, pulled down his trousers, he started pissing. And his piss, it was a long piss as he sat there and smelled the honeysuckles. You know, as his piss. It's like, what are you doing? I don't fucking, first of all, I don't care about Gary. He doesn't need to be in the story. Half the things in the book don't even need to be in the fucking book. The book, if the book was just the dog going around, killing the people to kill, and then trapping the people in the car, and it was like a shorter story, you could cut out a lot of it. And it still works. It's still pretty scary. But it's not scary when you add a bunch of fluff and like there's an advertisement thing going on with some cereal company. Who cares? Oh my god, he's off in New York and that's where he can't get back to his wife. I get it. The whole book is about like superficial circumstances where like, oh my god, if this didn't happen, then this wouldn't have happened. I could have been here and do this, and I could have been here and do it. I'm sorry I'm holding this. I needed something in my hand when I move around. It's like a wand. Like I'm talking with it. But it's like because, you know, he was in New York, he couldn't get there in time, or he couldn't take her car to the garage and do whatever. And because, you know, Joe was an alcoholic, he didn't realize that his dog was fucking rabid, and he just thought his dog was just like sleepy because of the fucking heat and everything. So he didn't realize the signs that his dog was going rabid. So then his dog becomes rabid and literally bites his balls. The way Joe, the guy who owns the dog, dies, literally it ends a fucking paragraph and it goes, Joe, the dog jumps at him as he hears the low growl from the cellar door, and he turns around and he goes, oh, good boy, good Kojo, and then Kojo leaps at him with the fury of 1,000 coyotes, hunger seething from his mouth, his foam caked in his mouth, his blood red eyes staring daggers into you. And Joe instantly remembered what happened to his buddy that he just sat on the ground before, covers his jugular, covers his throat as he tries to push the dog away, and then the dog goes right for his balls. Fuck off, dude! Like it just takes you out of it. It just ruins everything, the flow, and fuck you, Stephen King. He's a piece of shit. I think he likes kids. I know about that scene in It, and that one in the library thing with the little boys being molested and shit. What is wrong with you? Like seriously, let's take a good gander. Go back through Stephen King's literature. And don't pay attention to like the scary parts. Look for like those weird sexual innuendos and the weird like child predator stuff that goes on, and how normal it is, and how it happens in every book, and how it's just like a constant thing that just is always happening throughout all of the pages. And you kind of realize the guy's a fucking creep. He's a creep who gets his fucking rocks off of writing fucking novels and then puts his little fetishes in them. He's like that dude Dan Schneider putting the feet stuff in fucking Nickelodeon shows. He just pushes his fucking books. It's disgusting. I was honestly disgusted. But then I read this other book. It was called The Stewart Legacy. And this one was really good because when it describes the way it describes women in this one is like her hair was blonde and lush and beautiful, her eyes blue as the ocean, dreamy as I looked into them, and I couldn't think of anything else. They don't mention their breasts, and when they do mention, they just say, "Oh, there was a gold chain sitting on top of her breast." They don't go like, oh, and the gold chain glittered as her breast looked so circular in the fucking pale moonlight. Like some Stephen King bull. It's annoying. But The Stewart Legacy. It's about some dude named Stewart who goes back to Scotland, but he's from France. But his dad's from Scotland. So this is the gist that I got so far, because I guess I haven't finished it. He goes back to Scotland with a business, but there's like a whole mystery to it. It's like a mystery novel thing. Because you get there, and people are like, there's like these guys in black looking at him, and it's like old Scotland, so it's like, I think it's like the they're still using swords, they got muskets and shit, they talk about kings and everything, and then like he goes and he sees his Men in Black, and then he talks to the guy, and everyone's like looking at him weird because he's obviously foreign and everything, and then they keep telling him to leave the fucking the country because he's foreign and he's just gonna cause trouble. And then some weird stuff. He's got like a sign on his arm that means he was a slave on like a galley ship, but he's also the son of someone who's related to the king, but the king has like a coup kind of thing going on, and people don't like him, and he thinks the girl is a witch that Stuart has to now take on a journey. It's just a really cool book, honestly. It's so fun. It has like a real mystery to the character you're following. So you like Stuart. He's a goofy guy, and he's very nonchalant and charming, and he comes across really funny and everything. But then, like, every time he speaks to people, he's not saying the truth, and the book tells you he's not. But you're like still interested, and you don't get annoyed by it because you know eventually it will come out. And some things do come out later on, like near 100. But it's the mystery builds itself up. It's not just like, oh, well, Vic and Roger are at this ad company, and then they were just talking about how they really need to get this ad campaign to go, or they're all going to go afoot, and they need to figure out how this sugar cereal professor would do whatever. Oh my God, Donna is trapped in the car, and the dog's banging his head against it over and over again. Surely he must be dead. As it gets up next to his leg and walks back to the car. No, it doesn't just cut back and forth like that. It keeps the same mystery going throughout. And I personally think the Stuart Legacy is awesome, and I'm going to buy it, or I'm going to find it and get it. Because I was very good and I want to finish it, and I think that was a better book. So yeah, I went to jail and I read those books. I drew myself. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got something out of it. If you didn't, well then I don't really know what to say. But that was my story. That was what I did. That was everything happened. I hope you guys don't go to jail, and I hope you don't do what I did. Please, like I said, don't drink and drive. It's not fucking worth it. It's really not. It's not. And the way I may have described it, do whatever. It's fine. It's blah 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 blah. Bish bash Billy, but it's not worth it. Like I said, it's simply not worth it. And maybe in the future I'll go through it in a longer, detailed whatever. But as of right now, I'm not gonna fucking do that because it's not just, like I said, just not fucking worth it, and I just don't feel like it. And blah blah, whatever. But yeah, don't go to jail. You're DUI. But that was my experience. That was whatever. And like I said, I just got out and I was feeling creative, and I just wanted to talk, and I needed to just relax in the sky for a minute, because even though it was 2 days, I'm not like, oh, I gotta have changed. Oh, where is different? But like the fresh, I do understand the need by now. Like fresh air smells so good because they lock you. They literally lock us in a room for 8 hours. Well, me at least. I didn't get to go outside. I didn't do whatever. Even when it rained, you couldn't even hear it because the fucking window was soundproofed and everything. You could feel the thunder, but that was about it. It really did. It was depressing. It was desolate. It was fucking. It was just sad, man. It was just really sad, and I don't wish on anybody. I hope nobody makes the same mistakes I did, and I just, it's just like I said, it's not worth it, man. But yeah, thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Goodbye.